an induction stovetop.
At the end of the last video, we mentioned that we were going to show you guys the Galley refit. It's like a mini Galley refit, and we're getting ready to do that now. We've basically want to move away from the gas appliance, the propane appliance, to the in favor of the electrical stuff, since we have the lithium bank, and we're going to build out our solar. So we're going to take you through our mini Galley refit. We're replacing the faucet. We wanted a new one. We wanted one that would pull out and spray. Apparently this one does do that, but it's so corroded and mucked up.
It's gross.
That you can't even pull out the pull-out part.
So we got a brand new one.
It's also really low to the sink. It makes it hard to like clean dishes sometimes. So we got a normal kitchen one that's really tall. We'll probably eventually replace the sink too, but that's a bigger project than we want to deal with right now. Alright, so we have a cooktop coming. So we're redoing the surface here because we don't need these fiddles to run around the back anymore. So I'm trying to pull the fiddles off. And I've been able to get these two off using the clamps to like pull the screws out from them. I got one more. So now what I'll do is I'll clean these pieces of wood up and build a piece of wood that's going to go across the front here. And then clean these screws up. Alright, we're testing out the convection oven. We're still working on the mini Galley refit. But for the first time since we've owned the boat, the smell of fresh baking cookies is permeating the air. So that's kind of exciting. Good cookies. Nice and soft. So we have the induction stovetop right here. Just got this in today. Figured out how to fit it in here. We have some leftover corian. So I'm going to build wooden templates because wood's a lot cheaper than corian. And it's going to be countertop, flush with corian, induction stove, corian, countertop. It's going to look a little bit, you're going to be able to tell that it's, you know, fiberglass corian. But this is the cooking surface, so I think it'll be okay that the corian looks differently than the gel coat. Last night I built these wooden templates that would be the fill-in pieces around the induction stovetop, and now I'm using some of our corian remnants that I kept and cutting it out, and then I'll route around it, and then we'll do a test placement. Gluing in the last piece of corian.
What are you doing now?
Putting tape along the corian here because I'm going to put silicone down, and I've never put silicone down around corian, and I don't want to make a big mess. Alright, so I'm putting the electrical, because these are just 110 and they just plug into normal outlets, but I don't want to plug them up here, I want to keep it clean. So I'm just going to keep it on the same Galley circuit for AC power, and I'm just running it all under here. This is where the pots and pans live. It'll be nice and easy and clean to run the cables under the pots and pans. It doesn't take up that much room. So it's a little bit tricky running the 12 gauge 110 down here to be able to support the 20 amps. But I did it, so I'm gonna hook it up now and maybe we can get this thing working. Okay, so last night I finished wiring up the circuit for this, and it works technically, but I haven't actually turned it on and cooked anything with it. So we're gonna try cooking something with it, and we'll do like a mini little thing and cook the world's best eggs. This is the like one of the only things that I cook really, really well is eggs. So after referencing the manual, if there's not pan on it, it gives an error code. On, bottom burner, medium heat. Ooh. It said when it was heating up it'd make some noise, which we can hear. It was like already hot. Alright.
Well, that's fast.
So it's drawing 9 amps of AC power. That's not that much.
It's already cooking.
So this is eggs for all of us. So to make the perfect eggs, you pretty much continually stir at a low heat until the whole thing gets up to a temperature and it kind of kicks at once. What you don't want to do is make traditional scrambled eggs where you just kind of cook them at a high heat. Okay, so the thing throws an error when I take it off the cooktop. But see, this is basically done. So what you want to do with these eggs is you want to take them off before they're done. Even though they look like they're not quite done, the carryover heat should continue cooking them. So we're going to mix goat cheese in, and then salt and pepper. Alright, so we mix in the cheese and the salt and the pepper. As you can see, it's still continuing to thicken up a little bit, but the consistency we want for the final product is pretty close to what we have here. And that's about perfect. Anyone who tastes it, if you want, you can also add a little bit of cream or half and half or whole milk or something in there to help cool it down quicker, but every single person I give these eggs to thinks they are amazing. And even people who are like, I don't really eat eggs, are like, wow, I'll eat these eggs. Alright, that wasn't that much power, and that was actually a lot quicker. Normally they take a little bit longer, even on the gas. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
So this seems to be a success. I have a grate coming in the mail that's going to go across here, and I'm going to secure this in a little bit better. Okay, so before I put the grate on the front, I'll show you, I have a fan here. So this thing wants more room to breathe than we've given it, according to the instructions. So to be safe, I've rigged a fan here, and I got this little DC temperature relay probe thing, and basically it has a temperature meter on it. If the temperature goes, you can program it, but you tell it where, and it'll turn things on or turn things off based on the temperature. So it turns this on. I programmed it for 100 degrees. I've got it set up for a demo right now though. So as I grab it with my fingers, it's going to heat up, and so as the stove is making heat, the temperature probe hits and the fan turns on like that. And so the fan turns on and it's blowing some air, and then as it'll just help kind of keep air moving so things in there don't get too hot. And as it cools down, the fan will turn off. There, so it just turned off. So the little relay can handle 10 amps or something like that, and each of these things is 0.12 amps. So I'm thinking about buying some more fans. I wanted to just test the first one out. I'm gonna get probably 3 fans total, so they'll create a good air circulation in there. So put the grate on now, and I think this project will be good enough to go.
Hi, welcome to our galley. We are on a Lagoon 410, year 2000, and we're in Annapolis, and it's a very windy, cold day. So we're gonna give a tour right now. So we have some updates here. We updated our faucet. It pulls out and sprays. And then we have an induction stovetop and a convection microwave oven. It also does air frying and grill. So that's pretty neat. Our old oven didn't work for the last 2 years since we bought the boat. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to bake some things soon. This is our fridge. Full of food. You have to dig in deep to get to the food, which is annoying, but this is our freezer. It's really deep. It's full of food right now. And then these are my Cutco knives here. I got at the boat show in Fort Lauderdale when we first bought the boat. This was a gift, a Keurig, and this is where I put all my spices. For a while they were just up there, and they kept falling off and stuff, so I thought this would be a neat way to organize them and look nice. And then this is where we put all our like oils and things we use every day pretty much. And then we got rid of our microwave, so I put the Instapot and our Vitamix blender right here. And this is where our cutting boards live. And then in here, this is where our plates are and our bowls. They all fit in there. And then under here, I got a new little shelf here for the sponge and paper towels. That's where our trash is and a bunch of cleaning stuff. And then this is where our utensils live. I got this little organizer, thought it looked nice. And then in here, we have some drawers. This is for all our cups. So that's all the cups we own, pretty much, except a few tall ones. And then in here is where our cooking, like spatulas and stuff live. I managed to stuff it all in there. And then down there it's just dishcloths and baby bibs and stuff. And then in here is where our new pots live. I'll show you. This is a induction stove bottom compatible. So, and I got nice blue color. So I thought I'd show you a couple of space saver items. Here we have some foldable measuring cups, magnetic measuring spoons, foldable cheese grater, foldable strainer, and then a small strainer, and then containers that fit inside each other perfectly. So I managed to fit all this stuff in here too.
Show the child locks.
Oh yes, and there's a child lock on here, so you just hold it. I think it's already on actually. So you hold it to unlock it. See, there's the child lock. And now you can play with the buttons and everything. And then it's locked right here too, so you can't just click on them and turn them on. This is our silicone pad. It keeps the pots from sliding around and it doesn't melt. It's not supposed to melt. And that's our short galley tour.